Hello everyone and welcome to to the lovely game of I got it, of Fantyx versus Inshaa everyone. Now my voice is back. As we are back into Division 1 Group A of the Steel Division 2 League Season 9. And it's an important game, as for both of these advancing is still possible. And yeah, Fantyx kinda needs a win here though, as Inshaa has a win and a draw so far, and Fantyx only has a loss so far. So with a draw here, Inshaa would have 4 points, and Fantyx only would have 1 point, and then would only go up to 3 possible points over here. Still would be a nice help against AS about getting put down if he would have a draw here. About relegation. But obviously Fantyx still has a shot for the playoffs, and that should be the goal. So let's see how that goes for Fantyx here versus Inshaa on the lovely map of Tala, a map I myself don't like to play on, but it comes up in League quite often. And yeah, if you want to help out these players with a bit monetarily for their efforts they put in here, check out Steel Division League Season 9 on Meatgrinder, where you can still claim codes for free to add 25 cents to the prize pool. Still 6 codes remaining, guys. Come on, let's finish them up today. Let's add these $1.50 completely for free to the prize pool by just clicking the claim code button over here. Couple of more free money available here, visiting websites if you haven't done so yet, or doing surveys for Meatgrinder. Easily more free money added here. And yep, let's go. Inshaa versus Fantyx. Mr. President, the game number 3 going to happen tomorrow. So yeah, they sadly can't play the third game now. So we are going into Steel Division 2 instead. But yeah, more Warno coming up tomorrow again, guys. And yeah, Fantyx coming up here with a lovely division. None other than for Fallschirmjäger. Coopers, 423, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. 43rd Reserve Army on the other side. As we are back into World War II here. Soviets versus Germans. And 4th Fallschirmjäger, for sure. A hot division at the moment. But 33rd is received more buffs lately, and is a really good division as well. Both somewhat similar. With their expansive elite infantry. And yeah, nice 2000 meter range support. SU-152 really helpful there. Over here, SU-152 coming out as well. And up in the north, SG-43 and Sapero PPSA just coming up. Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer on the other side. Flammenwerfers, Parakadusti, and co. AB-43 over here. Ready to go. A lot of stacked units here, a lot of infantry. Gustatori Para, Fallschirmjägers, Fallschirmjäger Führer. The NAC, really great AA piece. With its frontal armor helping out, and side armor helping out against any light infantry that could shoot at it, helping out against artillery, bit more survivable there. Flak 43 on top, really nice, especially as it is so maneuverable and so on. Like, yeah. Has the minimum of armor to be helpful, but it's not having to pay much for it. Like only 5 points more expensive than the ground-based Flak 43. And the Flak 43 is a great AA piece, so that's going to be nice. And yeah, Inshaa is playing 43rd Reserve here. 43rd Reserve Army for Inshaa. This is gonna be hot. I sadly don't know the picks and bans. Maybe Fantyx could enlighten us in the chat. And maybe Fantyx, if you can send me the ones for game number 2, that would be really cool as well. But yeah, this is going to be nice. We hear Stravnicki moving up, M42 coming up as well. And well, on the other side, MG42 is moving forward. Knock 4500. Moving up here too. Ultra Mega Pioneers trying to get into forest here. Let's see anyone being aggressive. Both sides playing Maverick. Forget to check the income because too used to Wano, where everyone has the same income. But yeah, Maverick versus Maverick is the matchup. So both sides equal there. No one wants to play the defensive or super aggressive player with Vanguard or balanced or so. As a good amount of frontline units here rushing in jeeps for Inshaa, but nothing that is super aggressive here. Both sides gonna meet each other here, unloaded and set up as the MG42s open up fire. SG43 from the other side. M42 versus MG42 over here. AB43 under fire. Has to be careful, tries to get out of there, gets to break line of sight. MG42 does a bit more damage here. But no killing so far in that regard. Saperi PPSH being pinned down here. SG43 under fire. AB43 helping out. So the Saperi PPSH goes down, but that's not a super expensive unit or anything. 85mm helping out against the MG42 over here. Nice spot. And the SU-152s from the rear help out with some good HE damage as well. Down in the south, Gustatari Para and Flammenwerfer will hold this forest. Not much there to push them anyways. But we have the first IL-2KR on the battlefield, but the Nug is around, so that won't be able to deal too much damage, like maybe strafe 1 or 2 units, but then the Nug should be able to push it back. In the north, no major action here. All action is focused around the center part of the map, where the 45mm is really annoying for this road. And that's something you kind of want to deal with artillery or air all the time. Artillery, a bit of the weakness of both divisions here. You don't have too much there. And 4th, especially, it's a slot issue, whilst in 43rd is just like you really only get mortars. At least you get radio mortars as 4th, which is really helpful. That's the one big thing that they got in that regard. The Belt Road trying to get behind the IL-2KR now. Gets behind it actually, but doesn't quite get the kill and gets pushed back by the 85mm before it can shoot it down. And now the LA7 is on the chase, and the LA7 is a great and fast fighter. But the Velcro already goes down before the LA7 can intervene, as the 85mm actually gets the kill there on the Velcro before it can get out. So, yeah, nice win there for Inshaa in the air. SU-152 hitting the town continuously with big HE shells. Meanwhile, in the south, Gustatori Paras and Flamethrowers sitting in the forest. Another Flak 41 rolling up in the north, trying to get into a nice position over here. 12-12 situation for both sides. Another M42 rolling up for the center. As the Fallschirmjäger move up over here. Fallschirmjäger Führer trying to get in here as well. Ooh, big boom. Strafnicki versus officers in a big fight. AB43 trying to come around the corner, but the M42 will be able to deal with it. Strafnicki from all the sides. AB42 goes down. And yeah, the siege here is real. Inshaa lopping a lot of long-range firepower towards Fantyx position here. Fantyx under a good amount of pressure. As an AB43 comes onto the battlefield. Heavy damage popping up over here. Arkadusti and Fallschirmjäger Pioneers moving forward. Saperi Comrade coming onto the battlefield as well. MG42 at least finds a nice position here to shoot at some units. But yeah, no counter to the SU-152 at the moment on the battlefield. And this is kind of annoying. SU-152 here ripping the infantry apart. MG42's starting to die over here as well. As more and more Stravnicki and Saperis moving up. Panther A rolling forward. That's the SG43 over here. He is under fire by the MG2, 42 once more. Arkadusti and Fajamiga Pioneer sitting around Saperi rocks, moving forward. Ooh, artillery. Landing around the flamethrowers. Like 41 in the north. Trying to push back the Saperi PPSH. Panther A slowly rolling forward. 13-11 here for Inshaa. L2KR in the air. Berry rocks coming up. And the Fajamiga Pioneer and the MG42 pushing back the Stravnicki. Saperi over here under pressure as well. Fajamiga Führer has to disengage. Not sure the TNT. Yeah, the TNT went out. Fajamiga Führer goes down. So Fantyx under pressure here. Needs to find a way of how to deal with the SU-152s and the M42s in these nasty spots. L2KR gets a bit of damage out. Not too much, but yeah, this lakeshore is under heavy fire by the 85mm SU-152. MG42 here goes down. Some solution has to be found. Maybe it's waiting in B phase, but that's still a bit away. We're only 6 minutes 30 in, and the pressure here on Fantyx Center is quite heavy. Panther A could be helpful for sure, obviously. SU-152s would be killed by that, but the Panther has to get in range first. Pack 40 here, nicely getting a snipe onto the transport of the Saperi rocks, but more infantry went down. 2 big TNT shells there. Fajamiga Führer trying to go and move forward. Fajamiga Pioneers engaging with Stravnicki over here. Next Fajamiga tries to move forward, while it's the SU-152 trying to deal with the Pack 40 here. Fajamiga getting to a nice spot. Saperi rocks going to die here most likely. But Panther at the same time has to be careful. Ooh, showed side armor there. Turns around in time before the M42 can deal too much damage, but that was scary. Yeah, that's not the right spot you want to go there with the Panther A Führer, I don't think. SG43 under fire, M42 under fire as well. Fallschirmjäger. Ooh, Stravnicki versus Fallschirmjäger. Can they hold? No, Fallschirmjäger. The SU-152 is so nasty back here. This is a tough spot for Fantyx to hold the line here. The SU-152 really needs a counter. But there's nothing on the battlefield right now. No airplay also either really ready to do with it. And really Inshaa getting the maximum out of it so far. T-34-85 arriving onto the battlefield. IL-2s will be in the repertoire of the 43rd Reserve Army as well. So, yeah. There's an elephant against those in the deck. There are Sturmpanzers as well. Sturmpanzer Force in Port Fallschirmjäger. So, surprised we didn't see any of those yet. And they trying to fire back. Ooh, the SU-152 moving even further forward, hitting the knockback here, hitting a unit on the transport. In general, the left side being the toughest side on this map. One of the reasons why I don't like this map myself so much, but we see people ending up on it quite often. Yeah, I hate to play when the enemy can do this to my roads in the rear. Like these, I hate to fight against the enemy on the left side when they can snipe my reinforcement roads like this. And the SU-152 here, really, really nasty. AB-43 trying to rotate around. But a lot of good spots here set up by Inshaa. Flak 41 now under fire by the SU-152 as well. Good firing onto position order there. Really well done. And yep, Fantyx under pressure here. Flak 41 forced to retreat. SU-152 getting out of there once more as well. SU-122 now coming up. IL-2KR trying to find stuff to spot. Flak 41 will fire upon it. Pushed back eventually. But has to be careful with the SU-152 around. Okay, IL-2KR gets pushed back. Fallschirmjäger Pioneers dealing with the M42 over here. Fallschirmjäger over here pushing back the Saperi a bit, but then 85mm and a lot of infantry now opening up fire onto the Fallschirmjäger Pioneers, pushing them back as well. Nak repositioned into a better spot. Panther A now trying to get into a spot where it maybe can snipe the SU-152 or the 85mm. from far enough away. Sturmpanzer now coming up in B phase. There we go. Sturmpanzer 4 on the battlefield. 2 of them. And that is helpful against the SU-152. They have a similar caliber. They have better frontal armor, so they can help out there quite a lot. Sturmpanzers are the units you need here now. A bit more expensive than the SU-152, but you need them in that fight. Ooh! M42 getting into a nasty spot, getting the knock snipe. Yeah, this is a tough position for Fantyx to be in. Still holding the line. Giving up inch by inch. But yeah, losses like this hurt a lot. And so far, no heavy casualties suffered on the side of Inshaa. Like a couple of units obviously went down, but really not that many. And none of the important ones. Yak 9B coming around. Will try to hit the Flak 41. No AA around. So the Flak 41 is falling back now. Okay. Did stop falling back here actually. Is trying to get the stun. Can it get the stun before the bombs drop out? No, bombs drop out and get the Flak 41 down to 2 hit points. Good play there by Inshaa. Sturmpanzer trying to move forward. More Parakadustis trying to come in, but this is a really, really tough spot here for Fantyx on the left side. IL-2KR will try to strafe down the Flak 41 NAC 4500 coming in here, but most likely too late. IL-2KR most likely gonna get the kill here. Yeah, Flak 41 bites the dust. Stravniki and Saperi rocks hitting the Parakadusti and Pachamega Pioneers in the south. Pak 40 gonna need to snipe the units over here. Gerlich trying to help out against the Tanko de Saniki. Tanko de Saniki under fire. One of them down. Down to lower hit points as well. Flammenwerfer moving forward. Tanko de Saniki under fire. M2 half track at least goes down. Tanko de Saniki is most likely gonna get pushed back here. Palchamega gets killed off as well. And Sturmpanzer is around now. Is helpful. Gets the first M42 here. M42 at least got a transmission damaged on it, but not gonna be able to do much more there. Sturmpanzer reloading here. AB42 coming up. Sturmpanzer and Tiger getting the T-34 that tried to over-eagerly push over the open in the north. Nice snipe there. Fantyx starting to strike back here. Now having tools online. Yak 9B coming around again. Another AA piece is necessary now in the south. As the Flak, as the Sturmpanzer tries to deal with the M42. Doesn't get the hit though. Now trying to hit the Saperis over here. Gerlich can deal with the T-35 here. If it gets a lucky shot, it gets the kill there. Pak 40 does the job next to it, and with that, both T-35s down. Yak 9Bs are annoying though. Yeah, another AA piece needs to come up here. Flak 41 is brought in. Parkadusti goes down. Next one pinned down. SU-152 out of ammo at the moment actually. Sturmpanzer trying to help out with the Saberis here in the town. Trying to get rid of them with some indirect fire. Saperi is down. Will most likely bring it back to a 12-12. And Fantyx really starts to stabilize now that the tools that are necessary are online. IL-2KR trying to hit the Pak 40 over here. Gustatory Power and Parakadusti pushing over the Saperi rocks. As the 85mm though still is a problem over here. Yeah, bringing in reinforcements into the town still is an annoyance. One of them going down there. Next one at least will get out alive, but Sturmpanzer might want to do something about that. Yak 9B will get out alive over here. Tiger E moving forward, slowly putting more damage onto the units of Inshaa over here. As yeah, the line stabilizes and Fantyx starts to get better trades, but still not amazing trades for sure. Still, now I would say we are somewhat up to equal, but losing units on this road really, really painful here for Fantyx. As all the infantry units also on this stick are relatively expensive, so even losing infantry units and transports kind of hurts. Everything at least 25 points, obviously with Fallschirmjägers on the top end of 40 points. And yeah, it's 12-12 here now. Gustatory Para getting hunted by a 50 cal half track. Not getting surrendered just yet though. but no AT here around to help it. AB43 trying to do something, but T-3485 is on the battlefield. AB43 needs to get the hell out of there. Sturmpanzer, not in the spot to hit anything. Tiger E and Sturmpanzer in the north sitting around. 12-12 back on the menu. As we are at the height of B phase, both sides with a lot of income right now. AS42 coming around, and some big artillery. Yeah, the only big artillery that any of these decks has to offer. And we see a cut of these. Okay, it's 172 millimeters. They for sure can do work, and they still have a lot of time if it stays at a 12-12 to do so. So, yeah, might be a worthwhile investment here. Getting these big guns out. Not quite a Mercer, but still pretty big boom out of these 172 millimeters. So let's freaking go. Yak 9B gets forced to fall back. Ooh, AS42. Can they get the kill there? Yes, they can. Yak 9B, another threat eliminated. Fantyx starts to find into the game. And is getting a better and better setup. And might have the better top-end setup of these two divisions. Though 43rd top-end setup is not half bad either. IS-2s, for example, quite helpful tool. Especially against Tigers and Panthers. But there is still that elephant. I hope that it's in the deck. I would say it should be 100% in the deck in this matchup. Sturmpanzer trying to hit the SU-152 and the SU-122. Doesn't quite get the hit. Gets hit in return though. And the 172mm trying to deal with the units in this forest. Gets good stress damage. No real damage just yet though. But with 3 rounds per minute, will take a while to put in the damage here with this gun. 13-11 for Inshaa. As the artillery is reloading. Has a multi-ammunition, so we'll have a good amount of ammunition for sure. We'll be able to fire for quite a long time. Sturmpanzer moving into the south. Second one trying to hit around here. Not quite able to deal with the T-3485. Artillery shots flying forward, pinning down Strafnicki. Well, it's the SU-152 from over here. Tried to deal with the AT guns over here, but they retreated deep enough into the forest to not be bothered. T-3485, 1944 is around in the north though, so Sturmpanzer has to be careful. Tiger tries to engage there now. Has a line of sight. T-3485 hasn't spotted it yet. Tiger gets the penetration. T-3485 still doesn't retaliate. And might go down here. Doesn't have any recon support. No, T-3485 does survive for now. Will be able to get out. And the IS-2 is around, so that's a big, big problem for the Tiger in the north. Meanwhile in the south, the Sturmpanzer and co. try to help out. Artillery continuously firing around here. Putting a good amount of pressure onto these units. AB-43 dealing with the Strafnickis a bit. But MG-42 over here pinned down, but still a 12-12. Sturmpanzer in a nice spot. 172mm. Could be quite helpful around here. Strafnicki goes down. Ooh, Panther gets side-shotted by the T-3485. 1944. That's obviously brutal. Yes. Frontally up. Ooh, it gets killed off here. Gets killed off. Yeah, gets caught in the wrong spot. One other side shot as it showed its frontal armor to the other T-3485 coming around from over there. Panther down there. Yeah, Fantyx left that out into the open for a bit too long. Losing another important tool there in his stack. AB-43 biting the dust as well. As another artillery piece comes on. These artillery pieces for sure can do a lot of work, but you obviously can't afford to lose tools like that easily. T-35 might be in a wrong position now as well though. Ooh, yeah, gets bailed out. Doesn't hit the Sturmpanzer. Will die here now. The Pak-40 and the Sturmpanzer eventually for sure will get the better of it. As they hit it with HE shells. Tiger actually the one that finishes it off in the end, so at least getting some revenge for the Panther. Still, Panther is worth more, but T-35, 1944, not half cheap either. SU-152s trying to now completely overwhelm the units over here. with HE shells of Clever and Co. Inshaa absolutely tapping that SU-152 pool. IL-2 KRs and Yak-9Bs trying to come around as well. AS-42 is trying to stop them with its 20mm. Snug helping out as well. Whilst the second artillery gun is going to unload soon. First one now trying to snipe enemy tanks. Meanwhile, Pak 40 on top of the Motorized Redka gets the kill there. Artillery landing all over the place over there. L2KR being pushed back. Second artillery piece out. Yak-9B still gets its bombing run through. Gets rid of one infantry unit. SU-152 versus Sturmpanzer over here. Sturmpanzer retaliates against the SU-152. But a bit too inaccurate there with its shot. That's the artillery pieces. Now start to hit the T-34-45, and that needs to be careful there. T-34-45 and IS-2s eventually will take good damage there, and yeah, the T-34-45 goes down. Nice kill there for that artillery piece. Artillery piece really starting to pay off here. Tiger E gets shot off to the SU-152s. Doesn't get the kill. Now has to run away as the IS-2 has come around the corner. Arkadustis fall over here. Tiger trying to move on to the SU-152. SU-152 instantly disengages though. Well played by Inshaa. Now we have the T-35 over here getting spotted by the Tiger. Tiger has a slight advantage in that fight as well. Sturmpanzer now disengaging. Should maybe get some repairs there. Whilst the two artillery pieces now open up fire onto the 85mm. Finally get rid of it, but the 85mm gets one more hurrah here, it seems. Getting rid of one Fallschirmjäger before it goes down. Highly unfortunate there. Really important unit, obviously, those Fallschirmjäger squadrons. 2-star veterans here. You don't get super many of them, and obviously they're also really expensive. And they can do a good amount of damage. But the 172mm get the job done. SU-152s being annoying from the rear here. Sturmpanzer helping out though. Really heavy front line here. Both sides having a lot on the battlefield. But I feel like these 172mm really could make the difference in the end. So the SU-152 barrages are super nasty as well. Yes. 172mm. Now trying to deal with the SU-152s in the north. Tiger goes down to the SU-152. Oh no, might have been the IS-2 shot. I'm not 100% sure, but something kills the Tiger. Fallschirmjäger is now getting overwhelmed. 1311 again for Inshaa. 172mm now opening up fire into the north. We are at 1311 minute mark. 1311, and we are at the 23-minute mark. So both sides now low on income. Sturmpanzer trying to help out in the south. Gets rid of an M72. T-35 is around though, so the Sturmpanzer needs to disengage. Fantyx relatively quick here on the reaction. Does one get bounced once. Now gets out there. Artillery pieces trying to hit over here. SU-152s though did reposition. Doesn't get hit directly. The artillery now trying to focus onto the south. 1311 still for Inshaa. We are closing in on the halfway mark of the game. SU-152 over here helping out against the Fallschirmjägers and the gustatory powers. Fallschirmjäger over here trying to pin down the Stravniki officers. Get pinned down. Do fall back. Parakadusti versus Saperi rocks. Interesting fight here. Parakadusti have the Berettas, but they don't have a flamethrower. But they outnumber the Saperi rocks here, so they should be winning in the end. Pak 40 get overwhelmed by the SU-152. The SU-152 spam here, really, really nasty. Inshaa doing a really good job there with that. Saperi over here will get killed off, but that's a bit of an overkill with these two guns. Elephant hits the battlefield. Big boy is coming in here, slowly rolling forward. And meanwhile, Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer getting hit. SU-152 trying to hit more. Tiger E moving forward. But yeah, artillery does its job here. SU-152 hitting around. SU-152 over here goes down to the Tiger. Ooh. Now try to disengage again. Tiger gets one more shot off. Ah. gets one of them at least, but the second one will, the other two will disengage. Inshaa still on the 13-11. Fantyx not super far behind though in the tick. Didn't got ticked super much. And these artillery pieces now could be nasty. Getting the Strafniki officer over here. There is a lot of damage to be dealt. Artillery power have to disengage over here though. 50 cal half track moving forward. Front line is still obviously in favor of Inshaa, but a lot of units here on both sides still around. Infantry fights though in general I feel like are a bit in favor of the Inshaa's units as well throughout this game. But nice hits here. It's a parry. Go down immediately. Strafniki take 8 damage there with the first 2 shots landing. Ooh, Panzerschreck. Ah, not quite getting on target. Highly unfortunate. Well, it's the Flak 41 helps out from the rear here. 2 Flak 41s around. Strafniki officer now outside of the artillery range, so artillery could reshuffle where it fires. Ooh, another Fallschirmjäger goes down to the road snipe. Yeah, this is just so tough. Yeah, you kind of have to come in around from over here if you want to reinforcement this part of the map. It's annoying, but it keeps your units alive if you get into the... Takes you obviously a bit longer, but it's way better than letting them die over there. 172mm now, trying to open up onto the IS-2 and to the SU-152 in the north. Obviously, killing the IS-2 would allow a lot of play again here for Fantyx with the Tigers and the Elephant. And getting rid of the SU-152 obviously also helpful. But, they're both moving. Inshaa keeps the units moving and keeps them out of the open. Good play there. Doesn't allow the artillery to get onto target too easily. So parries over here getting overwhelmed. Meanwhile, MG42 over here trying to hit the Strafniki. M2A1 under fire. Tiger E tried to move up. AB43. Tiger E should get rid of this, but even with this flag, it's still a 13-11 for Inshaa. We are at the 23-minute marks, 27-minute mark, so still 23 minutes remaining here, but obviously Fantyx has to get the game into his favor again when it comes to Draids first, before he can't push in anywhere. SU-152 over here, being annoying. Artillery's now trying to deal with the SU-152 over there. Flak 40 moving forward. T-3485 trying to get around there as well. IL-2KR flying in. AA is in a pretty decent spot though. I have 2 Flak 41s over here. The AS-42 still around in some numbers. And then the NAC 4500 over there. So the IL-2s have to be careful. Can't go too aggressive. Meanwhile, SU-152 trying to shoot more units on the other side. These guns are aiming up. First couple of shots landing on the SU-152 over here. Fallschirmjägers though get hit up by the SU-152 before it can get killed off by the artillery pieces. And that is quite bloody. Artillery shots coming in onto the SU-152 once more. Not finding the kill. Tanker to Saniki. Getting rid of the Fallschirmjägers over there. And the 13-11 now is down to this flag. So the artillery should maybe try to deal with that. T-34 76 now is the target though. Armor is what Fantyx wants to get rid of now with these artillery pieces. 40. Trying to hold the line. Whilst more T-34s and SU-152s roll in onto the battlefield. Black 41 pushing back the IL-2KR. Okay, artillery pieces now aiming onto the town. But against infantry targets, I don't think both of these are necessary at the same target. But we will see. Well, I guess with a good hit, they can take out the Tanker to Saniki relatively quickly here. Well, it's still a 13-11 though. 172mm trying to deal with a Tanker to Saniki here. As we are close to the 30-minute mark now. Tank goes under heavy fire. Down to 3 hit points. Need to be careful with that Fallschirmjäger move. Oh, yeah, okay. Turns off the shot, the artillery before it can do anything. Flak 41s open up fire against the IL-2KR. IL-2KR should be pinned down in a second. T-3485 gets hit here by the Flak 41. Flak 41 gets another shot off. Does bounce with the second one though, unfortunately. Gerlich, get good hit here against the T-3485. SD43 actually on return fire for some reason. So the Gerlich gets another shot off. Does bounce with that one though. But nice hits there. Once the artillery tries to deal with the tanks over here. Not getting the most amazing of hits though. That's the M2A1. He is forcing back the Fallschirmjägers. Airy rocks at least go down. More units could be hit around here. I think the Saniki most likely will go down as well there. No, actually not. Pardo assault though, easily dealing with the Stravniki officer, but T-34 and SG-43 keep them pinned down in this forest. Well, it's the artillery has lost its targets as well. Okay, now re-aiming onto new targets. No, still firing in there. Gerlich trying to get a snipe off before the unit moves on, but never able to do so. A bit unfortunate there. That's the Sturmpanzer 4. Could deal with the Motorradretka in the north maybe. Flak 41 dealing good amount of damage to the Stravniki artillery. Coming in nicely here. Not perfectly on target. 13-11. With 19 minutes remaining here now. Fantyx needs some more successes. Loses to Sturmpanzer though. Inshaa getting the important kills when it matters. Took out quite a couple of important tools for sure in this game with nice plays. And is dodging the artillery pretty well as well. Like, always keeps the units moving. Never stands on the same spot for too long. So the 172mm can't quite connect as well as they want it to be. Cis 3 gun sitting around over here. Sturmpanzer could do some good damage there as well. AB-43 goes down. Cis 3 trying to deal with the Sturmpanzer. Sturmpanzer forces the Cis 3 gun back. That's another Fallschirmjäger tries to move up. Parado Assaulto coming around. Elephant is moving forward. Not quite having a big impact onto this game just yet. At least helping out with a bit of stuff. It doesn't have too many AT shells, so can't do that part of the work for too long. Sturmpanzer trying to help out. Back to a 12-12 here. But more is necessary, and I don't know if more is possible right now. As on the front line, Inshaa just has so much more stuff sitting around compared to Fantyx here. Fantyx a bit out of stuff, it seems. SG-43 under fire. IL-2KR coming up. On the other side, 172mm still do their job, but for what are they trying to create the breaches? Like, there's not that much that can roll through there. Like 41's trying to deal with the IL-2KR. Sturmpanzer trying to aim up onto the anti-tank gun. But the 13-11 is once more on for Inshaa. As the AB-43 tries to deal with the Stravniki. The 3485 behind it though is scary. Parado Assaulto go down. Tigers and Fallschirmjägers trying to deal some damage. Sturmpanzer aiming up. Artillery aiming up. Trying to shoot more units around here. But not super efficiently right now. Elephant trying to get into a spot where it can't snipe enemy tanks. Up against the SU-152 now. And the IS-2 actually. IS-2 though will struggle to penetrate. Gets penetrated by the Elephant relatively easily though. Can the Elephant find the kill there? Elephant gets another shot. Ah, misses though. Unlucky there for Fantyx. Getting rid of the IS-2, as I said, would be really, really helpful up there. Would allow this Tiger to roam way more freely. And the 172mm still try to do their job here, but not that efficient here. Sturmpanzer trying to hit the units around here. Fallschirmjäger moving up. No. I mean, there was not a single aggressive plane out of Fantyx the whole game, so there's not... he had one AA piece in the beginning, 185mm, that went down. But I mean, there's no real need if the enemy doesn't have any fighters. And he has an LA-7 himself, attack airplanes, and he has an LA-7 around. So, it's not like Fantyx gonna have an easy time dealing any damage here in this game. With air. With the income he has investing into air right now is really tough anyways. Like 41 hitting the L2KR, AS42 pushing them back as well. And the Elephant can't follow up its job. 13-11 still for Inshaa, 15 minutes to go. As Fantyx desperately tries to get some important trades here going. Sturmpanzer still hitting around there. 172mm. Come on. Get some more value here. As I said, I would split them up. As they often overkill the one place they hit. Plus, if you split them up, like, and they fire somewhat synchron, the enemy has to micro 2 spots and might miss one of them. Just sees the artillery flying into one spot, maybe not into the other. So, yeah. With 2 big guns like this, firing into 2 spots at once might be more worthwhile often. As they kill everything that stays stationary anyways. Like, the only advantage is that the first shot, if it hits the target, might deal more damage when you fire with 2. But often things are dead after that anyways. And if they move, you just miss twice. Okay, T-45 here gets killed off. Tigers really pushing in here now. Sturmpanzer not quite hitting the spot yet. As the Tiger E now is reloading. In the north, IS-2 has fallen back even further. And 12-12 is standing, but it needs to be broken here for Fantyx to change something. And Inshaa still pretty close to a 13-11 here. Sturmpanzer trying to help out there. But it's not really that helpful at the moment. At that stage. Might even be actively harmful now. Hitting the old Fallschirmjägers there. AK-40 gets another T-34 kill there. Whilst we have more Fallschirmjägers and PAK-40s rolling in from the rear. Okay, Sis 3 gun gets killed off. AS-42 though goes down as well. And this is a pretty tough position to be in. Both sides, but ooh, the P3 play might pay off. Tiger not taking much damage, actually. Fantyx. Can Fantyx get the push in now? And would that be enough? 12 minutes. Kinda needs a 59 now. Needs to gamble a bit here in the middle. As an IS-2 has arrived here as well, though. And that's going to be nasty. Tigers can't really do super much against it, I guess. Artillery can be helpful, obviously. Bombers can be helpful. Elephant could be helpful. Tigers gonna struggle. Unless they get a side shot in. SG-43 goes down. As the IS-2 now has to reload. 3-star veterancy. Meanwhile, the M42s actually shoot at it, but only start bouncing. Tiger Edo might get a side shot. The IS-2 here has to be careful. M2A1 goes down. The M42 moving forward here as well. Tiger gets rid of the M42. IS-2 pushed back. Saperi moving forward. Trying to break the open, but actually goes down instead. The Sturmpanzer actually harmful here now, yeah. Hitting its own units with the HE. Meanwhile, artillery tries to deal with the IS-2. Can that work out? Pin down obviously would be really great already. Allowing the Tiger E and stuff come around, trying to deal with it. Meanwhile, the IS-2 starting to run out of ammo here. A bit, but still has a good amount. The artillery coming in. Will most likely deal with the Saperi, but IS-2 moved far back, enough back that it doesn't get hit much here. Very Conradi though might at least fall and reduce its veterancy level a bit. But that doesn't change too much right now, and Fantyx really needs a 59 now. Saperi Camaraderie goes down. 13-11 might happen in a second here. Yes, the Strovnicki officer gets pushed back, but that is not good enough here. With only 9 minutes remaining, 59 at least is necessary at this stage. Fallschirmjäger is moving up. Pack 40 goes down. Meanwhile, 76 millimeter getting the elephant in the north. Not quite getting the kill there, but might get some damage done. Does actually bounce. S42 trying to help out now, as IS2s are moving around on the right side. S42 trying to deal with some more units in the center here. Artillery is off target once more, but forced Inshaa to move the IS2 back at least, and this might allow potential opening down the road, but it's not gonna be easy to pull off here now for Fantyx, and still needs another flag after that, even if this flag here might fall. So this one or the one in the south, I guess, are the most regular suggestions, and there's not much in the north for this one. Could try to go for this one, but this one is also really well heavily defended. Elephant gets a shot onto the SU-152, doesn't quite get the kill there. Meanwhile, Tiger gets the kill from over here, gets heavily damaged as well though. That's another T-34-85, tries to deal with the Elephant. Elephant will get another shot out, will get the kill onto the SU-122. T-34-85 does fall as well. IS-2s both in the south here now. So, good kills here once more. Fantyx trying to move further forward. Elephant under fire. 13-11 going on, 8 minutes remaining. Is Fantyx actually able to achieve this here? It's most likely just too much 43rd right now in his face. Like, if this would have more time, this game, Fantyx might be, or most likely would be able to get the W here. But there's a lot of air now coming in here. SU-152 goes down. 13-11. Only 7 minutes remaining now. And Fantyx needs more flags. Needs them really, really badly. Tiger E's moving in. Ace-42's moving in. Elephant in the rear. Could move further as well. Yeah, with 60 minutes he would have it. But with 50 minutes, even with 55 minutes, it would be close. Saperi under heavy fire. Parkadusti moving down. Sturmpanzer trying to help out in the south. Doesn't quite hit the tankers though. And the units over here are a bit stuck as well. Artillery trying to help out. As the Pack 40 actually finds a T-34 kill there. The other T-34 85 might go down to the artillery as well. Well, it's moving away now as the shots fly in, so it most likely will get out without dying. Yeah. Gets out of the way just in time. Tiger E trying to move around. It's his 3-gun on its flank though. M42 gets the kill onto the AS. Tiger E trying to get rid of the SU-152. Elephant moving forward as well. Tiger E versus his 3-gun. Risk obviously has to be taken now by Fantyx, but that's putting him under a lot of pressure. Here's his 3-gun, get Tiger E, and these straights not what you want right now. Not what you want right now. You want to be lucky there, kill this 3-gun, or pin it down with like 1 or 2 shots. And then roll on further. Elephant out of HE shells, only has its 7mm. Not like this 3-gun can do much about it, but neither can the Elephant in return. Tiger E down here, doing some damage. Mortar coming in. Artillery not finding much success after the first 2 shots. And Fantyx back onto the 13-11, but only 5 minutes remaining now on the clock. Only 5 minutes remaining. Fallschirmjägers and Parkadustis doing a good job here. Strovnicki officer under fire, getting pinned down. And this is a really good game here by both players. Really nice opener. I feel like Fantyx could have used a card of Storm Panzers in A phase. that would have been in there, that game would have been a lot easier. But it wasn't, and that allowed Inshaa to get the advantage in the early game. Fantyx, though, stayed cool, and now has a really strong force. But it's also a slow force, and he only has 5 minutes, and that's a big, big issue for our player on the left side. Another Stuk coming in here. Oh boy. 13-11 here. Fantyx keeps on the take. Meanwhile, Parkarusti chilling out over there against Stravnicki. SD2 under fire from the Tiger, but the Tiger frontally won't do anything. And it's still a 12-12 somehow. Like, Fantyx kept the fight up here for his virtual space here. Saperi going down. But Inshaa took it for long enough to most likely succeed here. 4 minutes remaining. A little for Fantyx that can be done. P3 hitting the Tiger E, getting the kill there as well. As, hey, it's 14-10 now. But even with a 59 now, it would be not good enough. 18-6 might be close, but you're not gonna get an 18-6 at this stage in the game. There's too few moving objects on the side of Fantyx and too many immovable objects on the side of Inshaa sitting around right now. As the SU-152 tries to deal with the units down here. 13-11. 3 minutes away. But the bar of Inshaa is a lot bigger still. So this is tough. Yeah. IL-2K are flying around. SU-152 and IS-2 trying to deal with the power of the assault on the south. Not quite getting the kill there. Stuk M42 from the north hitting the Stravnicki. Trying its best over there to deal with that unit. SU-152 from over here. Trying to deal with the Fallschirmjägers, not getting the kill there. Elephant most likely will get reloaded here, but it just has so little time, and the IS-2s are still around. Still holding off units. Still holding the Tigers from pushing any deeper. Fallschirmjägers now moving as CQC units, and that's never where you want to have the Fallschirmjägers in. Especially not against TNT units that will blow them up really, really quickly here. Like, the FG42 makes them somewhat decent in CQC, but not cost efficient by any stretch of the imagination. 172mm. Still trying to snipe the enemy tanks here. Not successful at that job at the moment, though. Really good movement here by Inshaa, moving away from the enemy artillery whenever necessary. And 13-11 is nice and all, but with less than 2 minutes remaining, Fantyx here will lose game number 1, and with that, will lose the playoff spot most to Inshaa. But still, will have to keep the advantage over AS when it comes to demotion towards Division 2. So still an important game number 2 will happen, even if this here gonna be a loss between these two. As the Elephant tries to deal with the Motorrad Red guy, gets the kill there. Meanwhile, down on the south, Pack 40 trying to deal some damage. Doesn't really have any. Can't really shoot there though, as it seems to be in the wrong spot. 172mm really want to kill the units over here. Might actually kill the SU-152 by accident there. No. Not just yet. Assist 3 gun goes down, Elephant. Oh, there we go. SU-152 actually bites the dust. As Fantyx has the 13-11 on now. But less than a minute now. And the advantage is still really, really sizable for Inshaa, so it's VP for Fantyx. But really, really tough game here for both players. Well done. But Inshaa with a way better start, keeping it on, keeping the air up, keeping the movement up, dodging these artillery pieces, and having the IS-2s survive and in the right spot to zone out Fantyx for long enough to get the W here. So really well played there by the player in red here. Once more showing why he was in the playoffs last season and why he will be in the playoffs this season. Inshaa really playing well here. Fallschirmjäger under heavy fire. Getting hit up by the artillery from the rear. 13-11 for Fantyx here. But then GG. As it is over 15-minute mark. And yeah, in the end, really, really close game in KD as well. Inshaa slightly ahead. A lot of stuff died there. Well played. 3,500 kills. The SD152 is absolutely key. Yak 9 in the early game also. Well played. And yeah, that was it on this side. On the other side, Tiger East and the artillery pieces really doing a pretty solid job. Artillery East, though, as I said, could have been used a bit better. Tiger E around here, all of them, most of them did pretty decent. And yeah, well played. Really, really good game. So I'm looking forward to game number 2 of this. This is going to be interesting. Well, Hellbreak not with the current time limit that is in the game. Yeah, I don't think people would be up for that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, chances are there, I guess, for time limit to improve and also time limit for ranked and quickly, but they are not big, and they, even if they're gonna happen like in the future when Fusion has some time again after Wano release, I guess. Not anything happening